The following is meant for entertainment and educational purposes. It is not meant to establish a doctor-patient relationship. Please consult your mental health provider for your mental health needs. Hello, welcome to Chez Eric, my home where we talk about psychiatry and religion with a focus on how to apply it to your life. And today is the continuation of William James's The Varieties of Religious Experience, lectures 4 and 5 on healthy mindedness. And that has been a mouthful every single time I had to say it. And I hope that you're enjoying this. Last time we talked about mind cure and mind cure as a tool to use healthy mindedness to help people in their day-to-day things. And William James talks about the criticisms of mind cure but why it's still spreading and why it's really, really important to us. So that's kind of what we established last time. This time, William James wants to kind of delve into this concept more, to really delve deep into what exactly the mind cure movement is doing. And to do that, he brings us back to our initial discussion about Onceborn and Twiceborn. So if you remember, Onceborn people, they're the people who are super optimistic. It's like they were just born once, and they have a healthy mindedness, and they ignore bad things, and they only accept good things, and they just say bad things don't exist. And for Twiceborn, they're more the pessimistic style of religiosity, and that's going to be discussed in the next lecture, but we're contrasting the two. What William James touches upon is the way the mind cure people deal with what is known as the problem of evil. And I'll talk about that a little bit. The problem of evil is, and I'll probably butcher it, it is what it is. It is a very old philosophical problem that theologians have been dealing with, and they deal with it all in different ways. And what is the problem? The problem is that there are 3 statements about God. God exists, God is all-powerful, and God is good. And there's one statement that it's hard to deny: evil exists. And the problem of evil is that because it's okay for these 3 to exist, but if evil also exists, how can God either exist, or how can God be all-powerful? Because if he were all-powerful, evil wouldn't exist. Or how is God all good? If God was all good, then evil wouldn't exist if he had all the other things, right? Maybe God isn't all good. Maybe he's like a jerk. And therefore, okay, he'd be all-powerful and existing, but not doing anything for us. So different theologians and different philosophers have dealt with the problem of evil by attacking one of these things. Some say God doesn't exist. Some say God is not all-powerful or chooses not to use his power. Some say that God isn't all good. Others people would say that evil does not exist. And that's what the mind curers kind of do. They kind of, they don't even try to give an explanation of why evil exists. They just say everything is good, and they don't even give an explanation about it. They say they don't even spend time worrying about the mystery of, the problem of evil. And they said they're barely even giving a passing glance. And for some extreme versions of mind cure, they would even say that evil is a lie, and anyone who mentions evil is a big fat liar. So evil is a lie that doesn't even work, right? And then he goes further to describe the mind cure movement is that's optimistic, and that they believe that thoughts are forces, and like forces attract like. Have you heard of like The Secret or something like that? That if you visualize good things, then it will happen to you. That's similar to what I think he's talking about here, that this is what the mind cure sort of dynamic is about. That one gets things by thinking it, envisioning it, and ultimately realizing one's desires. And that one should get the heavenly forces, get God on your side by opening your mind to the influx of what God has to offer. So this is him establishing what the mind cure thing is about. And then he points out that this is very similar to the Lutheran and Wesleyan movements. I don't know if that's true, but that's what he says, where those who believe in moralism would ask the question, what shall I do to be saved? The Lutheran Wesleyan movements would say, you are now saved if you would just believe it, right? That if you believe, then, you are saved. And this is actually the big debate over faith-based religion versus, faith-based salvation and works-based salvation, or something about grace. I think I talked about this in another video, but the issue is that, this is actually the foundation of a divide in the Christian world of some people believing that you are saved by your works, and other people believing you're saved by your faith. And so which one of these is true? Well, it's hard to say. I'm not going to talk about which one is true, but I am going to say that the idea that your mind, that if you just believe you will be saved or that you will get all the benefits, is a very attractive one. And that's why it's so popular. And he's not saying whether or not this is right or wrong, although I get flavors of like he's kind of leaning towards one or another. He is, however, saying that it exists. And if we're going to talk about the religious experience, the way that the mind cure movement or the healthy mindedness has pervaded religiosity is in this way, that suddenly our thoughts and our beliefs can determine our lives. And so do you believe that's true, or do you believe that's part of religion, or is that part of the religion that you believe in? Have you ever been able to reflect deeply on whether or not that's actually part of the way you believe in religion, if you believe in religion at all? And if you don't believe in religion, do you actually adopt this mind-curious sort of healthy-mindedness, way of looking at the world? And if you do, is that actually a religious form of experience of some sort that William James seems to promote? I don't know. You tell me, let me know in the comments. I hope you like that. Do like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Hello. So the truth is that 10-minute videos can only really get you so far. And I really want to help you understand how psychiatry and religion can really improve your life. And I really want to go deeper. However, that can take many forms. It can be in a book, still in progress. It can be an app possibly, or maybe a club or a workshop or a webinar of some sort. It could be educational videos, or it could even be offering my own psychiatric services. As I thought about all these ideas, I definitely want to create this giant empire of some sort to help people understand how psychiatry and religion can help their life. But I learned that all of these things require a significant amount of time and investment to do it right, to get it, done correctly. So I was thinking about which one I should start with, but then I realized, hey, why don't I just ask you? What do you think? I'd like to know. What are you looking for? How can I help you? What type of service or product would you be most interested in? Let me know in the comments, or you can always find my email or message me privately. I would love to hear from you. So yeah, help me out. Let me know what you think would be best to start off with, and that would be really helpful. I'll talk to you later.